What?
I got mosquitoes in here though.
Oh,
they are in my behind. Boy. Good Lord.
Mosquitoes is messing around. They don't mess around, boy.
I was tired yesterday. I sat down on a chair and I start like dozing off, and I got hit 2-3 times, and then I saw this little dude.
Nope.
Right on my leg. I'm like, kidding me.
In a world of nope. I want no parts of that. You know what? They actually don't really mess with me. They really didn't start messing with me until Molokai, till I was in Hawaii 2 years ago.
Oh, because that's the racist mosquitoes.
You said what?
It's the racist mosquitoes.
They were.
Did they just like jump on you? They were like right there on your knee, throwing up the NHK.
Nah, I don't even know if they was racist. They was like, you know what I'm saying? It was just.
I guess that's the least racist thing you could do is to
take the blood,
consume the blood of somebody that you hate.
Right? Yeah, like vampires can't be racist. I would say they were more or less mosquitoes for sovereignty. Like, I'm saying, get out of here.
Word.
Oh man, what up, y'all?
Warriors.
You are live on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Trek Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
Yep.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. We usually wait till the end of the episode to say this, but if you are enjoying what we do, please please subscribe, please comment, please let other people know about us. We really appreciate all of the listeners. We thank y'all for sticking with us, and tell other folks, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We get it in.
Yeah, we're a older than average community, so you gotta let people. you gotta let people know there's something out there for them.
And you got to tell them multiple times because at our age, people start forgetting stuff.
Word.
We're gonna get into shout outs at the end of this episode. Something new for Snapback. Jesus, Reg. Oh boy, Stubbs will like that. Something new for Rap Sucks Radio. But I would like to quote Simone Biles early.
Yep.
As I'm making it part of the opening question.
Yep.
When discussing her being the most decorated gymnast in world championship history, she stated that she was the greatest.
Yep.
She said, "It is not out of cockiness. I've won 5 world titles, and if I say I'm the best gymnast there is, the reaction is, oh, she's cocky. Look at her now. No, the facts are literally on paper." Word.
Right.
Opening question,
Word.
Kev.
Okay.
In the spirit of being Trek Life, why is it so difficult for you guys to just let me be great, man? Why can't y'all just let me be great? Simone Biles has said it. The facts are literally on paper. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the greatest.
You're asking me to speak for everybody else?
Well, yes. Technically, yes.
Why it's not hard.
It's not hard to just let me be great. Let me be great, Kev. No, this is not letting me be great. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm right here. I'm right here, man. I'm right here letting you be whatever you feel the need to be, bro. I'm not going to intrude on your personal space, man. I know I'm bad.
You hear that, Fizz? You hear that, Omega? Let me be great. Just let me be great.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Traumatics. When I'm not rocking out to BTS, Trek, Kev, and Big Shug, I'm listening to Rap Sucks Radio. Rap Sucks Radio.
Yes, y'all, you are back on Rap Sucks Radio, rapsucksradio.com. It's your homeboy Trek Life and Sam Caps.
Second greatest. So bad I make medicine sick.
Wow. We're doing it, huh? All right. Good job. So bad I make medicine sick. Get it in. All right. So who's out here tripping? Oh boy, we sort of ended the show taking shots at millennials. So why don't we start? We ended last episode taking shots at millennials. Let's open the next episode taking shots.
Really cater to the target demo.
You know what I'm saying? Millennials are out here tripping.
We should preface this with millennials are people too. However,
right. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. Kev, an increase in sexually transmitted diseases in Hawaii to the highest number reported in decades can be linked to the prevalence of online dating, officials said, as reported by USA Today. Usually, in the notes we ask like what players are involved, meaning like what are the names of the people involved. I said Trojans, the Clap, and Nasty Folks. That's who's involved in all this. Listen, cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis increased in the state. The Honolulu Star Advisor reported on Sunday. All three infections were at or near the highest rates in about 30 years.
wow.
Good Lord. According to the Department of Health's Harm Reduction Services. This is not only linked to Hawaii, by the way. In California, cases of syphilis, the term used when a mother passes the infection on to her baby during pregnancy, well, it's called congenital syphilis, continued a stark 7-year climb to 332 cases. That is an 18.1% increase from 2017. And according to the federal data, only Texas, Nevada, Louisiana, and Arizona had congenital syphilis rates higher than California. So you cannot say that this is a liberal state thing.
We broke it to the top 5, baby.
What's up? Where you at? Those 5 states combined made up nearly 2/3 of total cases. Jesus.
Wow.
Golly. Although all but 17 states saw increases in their congenital syphilis rates.
Oh.
The CDC also reports, Kev, that STDs are at an all-time high for the 5th year in a row. How much data do y'all want? I got it for you. We need a cool name for condoms again. That's what we're lacking. For real. It used to be cool to have a condom because you had a Jimmy hat. Yo, I got my gym hats. We don't have any cool names for condoms. They're just condoms. They're just in the way. You know what I'm saying? We need a cool name for condoms again.
Man, they need to come back in style, man. It's like every so often the handkerchief, the pocket square comes back in style. You know what I mean? That's what needs to happen again, man. We need KRS to come out with a new record or something.
Yeah, for real.
Or the new KRS. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some of these rappers with different colors on their face, they need to we gotta rebrand the condom, dude, because that is incredibly nasty.
Could be Lil Nas X's Illmatic that he doesn't want to talk about in 20 years.
Right. Rebrand the condom. New York, where you at? Y'all branded the condom correctly initially. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Where all my New York rappers at? What happened? You guys are just going to give the whole game over to J. Cole? You're not going to do anything about it?
Wow.
What are we doing right now, New York? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, New York? What's the matter?
Yeah, what's the matter?
You burning? You burning?
You burning, New York? Rebrand the condom. This is what we look to you for. You know what I'm saying? East Coast, Philly, all you guys. Rebrand the condom. You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty... It's funny because that was the first thing that came to mind was that Cube record. And then I realized that the app is called Tinder. Like, that's ironic.
That is ironic. I know. Tinder is such a different ideology now. Because to my understanding, it's like a dating app now.
That came at the right time, which was way too late for me.
Yeah, I would prefer. Actually, I'm pretty happy that didn't... that was not around. Yes. Thank you for that one. That's one good time to be. It's one good time to be older. I'm really glad that I wasn't around during the swipe right stage. I'm good on that. Yeah, man, but y'all got to be more careful out there. Millennials listening to this show, single people listening to this show. It ain't over, bro. Them joints are still out there. Like it's not like who threw the parade? Who threw the parade that said STDs were done and we won? Like,
wait, that did not happen.
I'm just saying, like, people out there doing this, like STDs is still around. Like,
oh, I thought. Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about a real we eliminated ISIS. That parade or whatever.
That's exactly what people are acting like with diseases. Like it's all the way over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sort of like Trump.
I don't know. Is that insensitive to say that STDs are the ISIS of STDs?
I don't. Would they?
They're like they're not going anywhere.
they're not leaving. Yeah, dude.
You can make it better, but you can also make it a lot worse.
Well, it's sort of like the release, the resurgence of STDs is sort of like, you know, all of the ISIS and former Taliban prisoners escaping in the current war. And I shouldn't do all that. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
that's too far.
STDs are more the resurgence of STDs. It's like the resurgence of vinyl.
Right, vinyl came back and STDs came back. There's a connection there somewhere.
I hope not.
I hope not too. But I'm blaming New York for it, whatever happens. Shout out to my East Coast people. I don't know, man. Because you know what, man? It's because it's fun. That's why. It's just.
It happened in Hawaii, though. Why Hawaii?
I don't know.
Is it because they're islands?
I would imagine that. I mean, multiple islands, though. Like, I'd like to know. Well,
because there's less to do?
Is there? I mean, I guess you could get tired of hiking and surfing and swimming and, you know.
Is it because the people are fly?
That could also be
at
true.
A higher proportionality than your average state?
These
are all valid questions, I think.
What's Louisiana? What's Louisiana's excuse in all of this then?
Louisiana's got some fly folks.
I mean, Texas.
But this is the lesson is that you can be fly and you can also be smart.
Well, sure. Arizona. I mean, or you could say Nevada, which is basically California Part 2.
Oh, man. This is terrible.
This is an awful subject. It really is. No, I really wish that this wasn't a thing, though. But I do want to just kind of remind people that, you know, the game ain't over, man. They out there. You might want to, you know, strap up or whatever they call it. I don't know. Wrap that.
If you're playing football, you'd wear a helmet.
You wear a helmet. Yeah.
It's like CTE. It's like CTE for your junk.
It should be.
You might not come back from that.
Oh, they should package it. Like I'm really trying to rebrand this. Help me out here. Like they should package it like those vape cartridges.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? Like condom cartridges, like vape condom cartridges, something, I don't know, like strawberry flavored vape condoms. I don't know, something to make people use them more. But yeah,
I don't like any of that.
Yeah, it all sounds terrible. So let's go ahead and switch up to something more terrible. All right, here we go. A subject that has been looming over this show for quite a while. Yeah. I don't really know how long this subject's going to last because we pretty much all agree with it.
Go for a minute.
Yeah, this is going to be like a rant more than a subject. All right. Mixmag dropped an article that said, let DJs be DJs and stop telling them what to play. You're entitled to an opinion, but telling a DJ how to do their job isn't one.
That's where they should have ended the entire article.
Yeah, that article was trash. But the sentiment...
I don't even know if it was trash. Yeah. It was just not what I was expecting.
Well, it was because the type of music that they were discussing wasn't really... I don't know. I didn't care about that. It was unique.
I think it's a British... They're based in the UK, aren't they? Mixmag?
Yes.
Or a uniquely European sort of take on DJing, which, we learn a lot of, I think, or take a lot and get inspired a lot by DJs overseas, but it was weird because they got into detail on, they did a deep dive on intricate analysis of what DJs are doing, and people recommending like otherwise valid points about what a DJ should be playing, which is not what you expect to see as an American DJ when you see that headline.
Right. Well,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna Americanize it because
Go ahead.
So there are a few things that I do when people request things. Say, like, being a DJ is a very difficult thing in a club, but I would say being an MC is more difficult for a couple of reasons. One,
okay.
Most times there are multiple DJs throughout the night. Most times out here in LA, I'm not sure how things are in other places, but in LA, there's generally a lineup, at least 2 DJs, right? So you get a break.
Right.
You do your set, you leave, or you go get a drink or hang out with your friends. The MC is up there the entire night. There are no breaks. So there's that. The other thing is being
You're also the security guard, the de facto security guard.
Well, right. And yeah, you take the request and you take the cards when the person wants to book the DJ somewhere else. And when people want to tell their life story, they tend to want to tell it to you, and birthday shout outs and all these other things. All things that I'm not, I don't trip off the shout outs. That's cool. But the worst part is the request. The requests are absolutely the worst part. One of the 2 things that I would suggest DJs or MCs do when someone makes a request.
Okay.
Thing number 1, if the party is live, point to the party, point to the club and everybody dancing and say, everybody's dancing but you. Why would I play your song? That's one thing you can do.
Okay.
The other thing, you didn't sound too like, you didn't think that was a good idea, but
no, I will react to it. That's not my reaction.
The other thing you could do is simply just lie. Just lie. I just say,
so often you got to do a little bit of lying.
You got to lie, man. Just say you played it earlier tonight. Oh, man, I played that one already. What? I didn't hear it. Yeah, man, I played it. I played it already actually works like about 7 out of 10 times. You know what I'm saying? You'll get the occasional, drunk birthday. She's not the birthday girl. She's like the birthday girl's friend that's drunker than the birthday girl. Good job with that.
Right.
Right. You'll get one of them. It's like, play it again. But lie. Just go ahead and lie. I think you can make it through.
I wish I had more time to prepare for this whole thing, because I would have come up with a diatribe. But so this is off the top of the dome. So the first thing you said was point out at the dance floor.
Yep.
Everyone's dancing but you.
Yes.
I have attempted that on multiple occasions. And first of all, let's start this conversation by saying, I don't want to get hippity hopped by anybody out there saying, why are you playing trash music or whatever? Because I don't want to hear it. So cut it out.
Yeah.
But definitely pointed out, like, everybody's dancing, everybody's having a good time, or various incarnations of that. I'm there's a lot of different people here. I'm trying to play for the crowd.
Right.
And the inevitable response is just an escalation of that. Like, well, more people would be dancing if you played my record. So right away, you've ended that particular segment of the conversation, and I'm going back to what I was doing.
Right.
And you need to go ahead and do the same thing.
Right.
The second thing, what was the second thing that you said? Suggestion?
Just lie.
Oh, lie. Just lie. You can't, because you are already dealing with somebody who's lying. Because the girl who came up to you drunk, asking you to play a record for her friend whose birthday it is, that friend does not actually want to hear that record. Her drunk friend wants to hear that record.
That's so true.
What you don't know, drunk friend, is that we all know that already.
That's true.
And also, inevitably, what you're going to run into is the one person who was there, especially in LA, during the hour and a half set that you did, and they were there the whole time, and you say you played it already, and they know you didn't.
That's true too. Yeah, you got to know who you're talking to with that one. But I mean, that's the thing about a lie. Like if you tell a lie and just look someone in the face the whole time, like they know you're lying, but you're just like, no, man, it happened. I swear. Yeah. Sometimes that works.
You could end up being president one day, but if you don't,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Things are not going to go well for you. But yeah, man, the request game is a crazy game because part of you knows that as a DJ is that it's like, yeah, I want, it's like unless people paid for tickets to see you. That's the thing that kills me about DJs who like go like ape shit about requests. Is like, I get it. I totally know. I've definitely had issues with people, that were a little bit out of control about not either playing or not playing their request. But unless somebody walked in the door buying a ticket to see you DJ, there's a give and take there. So let's start with that, right? It's like you're there, but then the extension of that is you are there, like say you're DJing at like a nightclub or a bar or whatever. You're either there because you are spinning to a format that like snapback is 90s music, right?
Yep.
So there's an expectation. And that the people are coming there. If they don't know, the messaging has been set for so that they'll find out, and either they can make a decision that they like it or don't like it, but that's what they're going to get.
Right.
So straying too far from that is like, that's not going to happen. But especially in New York, by and large, and this was just devastating, is that when I started DJing, you're going from 10 to 4. So for 6 hours.
Oh, God, no.
You're one, when you first start doing it, finding 6 hours of music that you actually think you want to play is not as easy as it sounds.
Nope, it is not.
You can look at your Spotify playlist that says you have, or your iTunes folder, that's the playlist that says you have 14 days of music in that playlist. It's like, no, I could play all those songs in about a half hour.
Yep.
And be in and out of those joints real quick, so it's a whole different thing. And then there's a sort of pacing and stamina to doing that and having that conversation with the audience. But man, people, like you start to get a crowd going, and that's right when that person comes up and knows that they have the joint that's going to make people go crazy. And you want to say, no, I am the greatest. It's on paper. Look out there. Everybody is dancing.
Right.
You are the only one who is talking to me. There are so many other people you should be talking to besides myself. But no, it doesn't work that way. No, it's because if you say no, which is the most direct thing to say is no, or I'm not taking requests or whatever. The question is why? And then you're having a conversation. You, the requester, is having a conversation with someone whose job is to listen to something besides you.
And it's totally doing a bunch of other things.
Right.
I always wonder though, like, how do you go to a club and even like formulate in your mind that you should be telling the DJ what to play at the club? Like, if I don't like the music, I'm just going to go somewhere else, or I'm just going to leave, or whatever.
That's a little bit of I think that's a little bit of a newer thing, and I'm not even going to put that. I think that's a pre-millennial thing even. But when we were kids, yeah, I think that was the thing. It wasn't like an on-demand sort of, your relationship with music was not on demand
because
it was largely radio, right?
Right.
So it was just I think it was a different dynamic, and I'm being overly generous, but I think it's probably pretty fair to say that, like, yeah, man, the music sucked. I got out, and then I wasn't going to put that on Yelp or anything else. It was just, I might not go back there for a couple weeks, and then maybe the next time I go back in a month, it's cool, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it's not something that's not the hill I want to die on.
Well, but peep this though. You bring up a good point. And it depends on how far back in the day you go, but early, let's go anywhere pre-92, which is pretty far back. I feel like we could throw 93, 94 in there, but after a while, people had access to the exact same music the DJ was playing. And there was a time when you didn't, right? Some of the B-sides, some of the remixes, some of the breaks, some of these things, you didn't actually have those records at home to play, So there was a point where like the DJ, especially in other music, it's really still there a lot of times, but like house music is still there, you know what I'm saying? But in hip hop, everybody has those records. They have those Spotify playlists now. They have those, they throw on Pandora, the same records you're playing are being played over and over again. They know exactly what they want to hear after that last record because they just listened to it in their car or at work or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of like the difference is there are clubs that people go to hear specific music, not just specific music for a lot of them, but a very specific song. It would make their night to hear that song. And then there are other clubs that you go to just hear something dope. You know what I'm saying? If I go to Juju's, I'm like, I don't want to. I would never request anything anyway, but I can't imagine somebody requesting anything at Juju's because you already know they about to play something fly. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in Snapback, there's a theme. You want to hear a specific old school song when you leave the house that night. Regardless, though, for anyone listening that makes a request, if I or the DJ obliges your request, you better dance, excuse my language, the whole fucking song. You bet not make a request and not dance to your own damn request.
You'll get called out.
Oh yeah, all day. Yes.
Yeah. Because if we happen to play, because there's every so often the stars align and you happen to request a song that we were getting ready to play anyway, which is by the way, the only reason your song got played. I have to believe 65 to 70% of the time, if you got your request is because the DJ was getting ready to play that record anyway.
Yes.
And your dumbass thought that you were, prescient in what should be played. Right. And then, so that's so it wasn't really, you didn't really break any new ground there. But yeah, if you don't show that you're enjoying yourself, get up on the table, get up on the bar.
Yeah. It better get Coyote Ugly in this joint.
Take that shirt off and twirl it around like a helicopter, show your love. Really.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
But but see, so, cause the thing is that, and people always, a lot of DJs are assholes. A lot of DJs suck, first of all. And they're really not good.
Right. That's true.
A lot of DJs are jerks because there is a certain power there, that you're there to control the crowd, just like, especially if you don't have an MC, you're there to make sure that, and that's what I was getting at earlier, you're there to make sure that people stay and that they drink.
Yep.
And I think most DJs, even as the most artful ones, know the deal. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And if you want to call those DJs, prostitutes or whatever you want to call them, it's like, that's on you and you can have that conversation elsewhere. That's not the conversation we're having right now. But I've, and I'm not the most patient person in the world. I'm not the nicest person in the world by far, but I try. But after a while, it's like, if you come up, and there's always these lines, like the one that I always kind of hate but kind of love is, we're about to leave. Can you play our song? And that's the one that I always actually enjoy because my comeback, I feel, and I could be wrong, is the mic drop comment, which is, my job is to make sure you stay. So if you tell me you're going to leave, I'm going to wait till the end of the night to play that song.
Right. Right.
By and large, they turn around and walk away or give me the finger and leave. But Yeah, don't do that. That's not a way to get your song played.
That is not a way to get your song played. Let me give let's do this. That's one way not to get your song played. Another way is to angrily ask me to play your song. Hey man, how come you not play my song, man? I asked you 4 times, man. Okay, now I'm really not finna play your song.
Yeah,
no.
You asked me 3 times too many.
Yeah, that's
maybe 4.
Repeat asking is not the way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And $1, I appreciate it. I appreciate the sentiment, but you can keep your $1. That's nice of you, but yeah.
Listen, if you go in the pocket, $1's weak. Come on, but you go in the pocket.
Yeah,
I'll make an effort.
Yep,
I'll make an effort.
I'll make an effort for but not for $1, which has been offered quite a few times now. But no, that's okay. Keep your money.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. But who will not be keeping their money though? Moving on to the next topic. Once again, 3 weeks in a row, I believe. Maybe a Florida man. Topic number, 500 Florida men. This one is
the Florida. Does the Florida Board of Tourism is that their thing or what? What is it? Is it because I know there are stupid people everywhere.
It's gotta be.
I've seen them.
Yeah,
I've met many of them.
This is like a media cell of Florida men. Like they're just looking for all the ridiculous news in Florida and just because you're right. Yeah. There has to be stupid people everywhere. But 911 is a joke, is what Kev titled this. Authorities say a Florida man repeatedly called 911 to report that his roommate had stolen his marijuana. NBC News reports. Pasco,
repeatedly.
What's up?
Repeatedly
called.
Yeah.
So Pasco County Sheriff's deputy posted this on Twitter in response to the man's calls on Saturday night to tell him to stop calling. Stop calling me about your weed is what so there was something interesting that they have like the tweet along, like they have the officers tweet while they're out on patrol, which okay. All right, Pasco County. That's interesting. But I guess the good thing is that the sheriff's office said that there were no charges filed against the caller who called in. So good for Florida.
Okay.
That's about it. That's all I can say on that subject. Although, I will say this, Kev. I don't know if now is a good time to be placing unwarranted calls to the police. You could really get somebody else shot messing around calling the police for no reason.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I saw the reason I said is because I saw a picture of the dude who was doing it.
Oh wow.
If he didn't look the way he looked,
he'd have been arrested.
It would have been a different scenario.
Okay. All right. Get that that eggshell skin tone. You get away with some things. You know what I mean?
That is pretty funny though.
But yeah, I don't
because by the way, it's fair to note that the marijuana is still illegal, I believe, right?
Yes.
In the state of Florida.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I think most of the listeners in Cali are like, so what? Who cares? I called the police and smoked with them yesterday. No, it's not. First in
Florida, man. Last in the nation.
For real. Yeah, I'm like, you gonna get your friend killed messing around calling the police for no reason, though.
I was getting ready to say.
I actually am. I have a do not call unless something crazy is going on policy. Like it has to be like, all right, it's over. We need to call them.
911?
Yeah, I don't call 911 unless something is for real going down.
I don't think I've ever called 911.
Oh man, I had to call once. This young lady was.
I'm sorry to hear that. Somebody obviously died.
Well, I don't know, but this young lady was screaming. You know, I live across from like a park.
Oh.
And this young lady was screaming that she was being assaulted. And
shit.
and I was like, oh my God, is she tripping? But it was pitch. It was like, 11:30 at night, and I'm like, man, I would feel freaking horrible if I didn't call the police.
Right.
So I called the police, and they arrested somebody.
So it was for you.
What's up?
So it was for you.
I really didn't call for her. I've called so I didn't feel bad. So there's that. But they did arrest somebody, though. Yeah, they arrested somebody, and it looked like they took her home or whatever. But I've heard dudes like screaming in the park, you know what I'm saying, about it, getting ready to shoot each other, and I just be like, all right, well, it's a long way to get that bullet to here, so I'm about to go back to sleep. Like, I ain't finna call the police.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? If the shots ring out, the police will show up. Somebody else will call. I'm not calling. You know what I'm saying? They'll figure it out. So I don't call them for nothing. Randy called the police one time. My wife called the police one time, and I told her, you keep playing. I'm telling you, do not call them. And these people was tripping in our apartment when we lived in Duarte. They were outside tripping and whatever, but I was like, they about to go away. Don't even trip. Just make sure the doors is locked, windows is blocked up, and let's call it a night. And of course, police came through with nothing else to do because the people had already left and just started harassing our neighbors. And I was just looking at my wife the whole time, like, see, that's why you don't call them. Just let the situation take care of itself. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we're old enough, too, also, that you have to have a couple of uncommon implements in your house.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, what I've found is that if you walk outside with an axe, or you walk outside with a tire iron hanging from the, just holding a tire iron on the side of your body.
Yep.
The big old square joints. You just be like, all right, it's time for you to go home. They'll go home.
Yeah, most times they'll leave. 9 times out of 10.
We're done with this.
If I have to walk outside, regardless of the legality, I'm walking outside with that thing. No, I'm not gonna have this conversation with you. Is basically where I'm at. I'm not gonna talk about this. The discussion is over, because if I have to walk outside, it means you're probably doing something to my house. You know what I'm saying? Or you're putting other people in danger. At which point I'm gonna have to shut it down entirely. That was actually my thought when the young lady was, but it was like, okay, who am I? I'm going to walk out here all the way into, and I was really glad that I wasn't stupid enough to take my legal firearm out into the park, which would be illegal because I'm black than a mug. And as I thought that I should probably go help this young lady, the police pulled up, and me walking around with a gun late at night, I wouldn't be here. So people want you to be like,
that would have been the end of our podcast.
That would have been it. People like for you to be like Rambo and like, why didn't you run out there and save her? It's like, dude, look, that's not my job.
There's a reason why the phrase is not good black guy with a gun.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh man,
that's just suspect.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm told you I'm hooking up the Bluetooth surround sound perimeter on my house, and I'm just gonna have the click clack queued up. that 12 gauge rack just queued up.
Yep.
It's gonna be a lot of hollering. Then it's gonna quiet down. And the soundboard. I'm just gonna hit that click clack.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. You know what I mean? You can leave with no holes, or you can leave with holes. It's up to you. You know what I mean?
Then I'm gonna have a playlist of Metallica and KRS-One Sound of the Police.
Yo, speaking of calling the police, man, whatever happened to house parties? Do kids do house parties anymore?
I don't know. I hope not.
I feel like I haven't come across.
I have a daughter.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I know in Bryn Mawr, it doesn't seem like they do house parties at all. Police say that they issued hundreds of citations for underage drinking and carrying a false ID card in Bryn Mawr. According to police, the owners of the bar are the ones who called them. What? They self-snitched? Fox 2
is Bryn Mawr in Pennsylvania?
It is. It is. Yes.
In Philly?
You know what? I'm not sure about the distance to and from Philly though. Fizz could probably answer that.
It's a little suspect, I think.
You say what?
I said it's a little suspect. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the goings on, the ins and outs.
Well,
what happened?
It's definitely a college town
In that particular part of the country.
It is. It's certainly a college town. It said the police superintendent said, and I quote, "We had approximately 300 people inside the bar, right?
Right.
And out of them, approximately 254 citations are being written right now." I'm like, damn, 254 underage drinkers out of 300. Y'all ain't got no house parties to kick it at. Don't nobody buy kegs no more? Like, Bryn Mawr, y'all got to get y'all party game up. This is, what's cracking? Ain't no frat houses.
Man, that was a sting. That was like they were in there playing the entertainment. Do 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 do. That was a sting, man.
Yeah, it was straight speakeasy, right? Because wow, I don't think I've ever, like, first of all, man, I almost completely, totally snitched. Not doing that. My bad, LA almost got us.
Wow.
You know the spot. There's a particular spot in the city where
don't do it.
Yeah, I almost went out like a.
No, there are no places in any cities we've ever lived in
where you could get a fake ID
that run undocumented anything but above board operations.
I've heard rumors that these places
How dare
exist.
you? How dare you think that? Yes. We've read the stories.
I was like, yeah.
It happens in Florida.
It does in Florida, and in LA. I heard about these places in this particular place. However, I actually never went down there. Like, I never even. A couple of the homies did, and it didn't make any sense to me because, nah. Like, I just figured, like, no. First of all, like, nah. And if you get caught, it's like a wrap. At least I was like, thought you would go to jail forever. That was I was like terrified of it. It's like, I was like, man, if we get caught, we gonna go to jail. Yeah, see, do y'all see how long it took for me to get to the point, the persona I'm at now? You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Oh, it's a persona.
Yeah, this is wherever I'm at now. Whatever level of cool I've made it to did not exist in my teenage years at all.
Everybody needs to go back and quickly rewind to the top of this podcast. The top of this episode.
Let me be great, Kev. You know what I'm saying? It's on paper. 254 citations for underage drinking and carrying a false ID, according to the police. Superintendent, I'm assuming, of Bryn Mawr College. Oh no, that's the police's superintendent. I'm sorry. Says that the bar's owners actually contacted them concerning area college kids were beating the safeguards they had in place. Some 15 officers took part in the massive bust. I'm assuming Bryn Mawr's a suburb, college town, sort of like Claremont.
This all sounds like BS, though. So his name is Superintendent Flanagan.
Chris Flanagan.
Come on, man. What is this?
What?
Is this The Simpsons? What is this?
Come on. What do you see?
And then
you're gonna drop the ideas. You see?
You're running an established. Okay, so this is the thing that I have heard rumors about, is that if you suspect that there may be underage drinkers, but they're not being crazy, you might let them get away because you're in the business of selling drinks.
Well, but see, hold up. Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. This isn't the old call the cops on your own party because you've made your bread moment?
No, that's what I'm saying, is that if 254 out of 300 people, that's 5-6 of the people got taken away, you have to be making your bread some other kind of way. So I feel like Officer Flanagan is breaking the bar off on the side It's a whole operation.
It's a whole operation. Get the tickets.
This is not a conspiracy theory. This is just facts right now. It's just facts right now. They got a law firm that they're telling they're passing out cards on the way out. Call this person, they'll get you out of jail. And it's a whole thing. They're going to make their money. They're going to make more money because these people were probably buying PBRs, whatever other garbage that people drink.
White Claw? Is that the new thing?
In Philadelphia.
Garbage. And
didn't I see something that that people were they were like dropping their IDs?
It said some of them were dropped on the floor, others either dropped them or hid them when they came in, and some flushed them down the toilet. How do you know, Flanagan? How do you know they flushed them down the toilet? Did they attempt to flush? That's better wording. Attempted to flush them down the toilet. Because if they flushed them down the toilet, Flanagan, you don't know. All right, Flanagan? You have no idea that they flushed them down the toilet.
So this is the first thing that I jumped to is that, okay, so are these Bryn Mawr students? What is the level of intellect at Bryn Mawr that you're going to ditch your fake ID, which I presume has your photo on it?
It should. It should. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like my fake ID wouldn't have like your picture on it. Yeah, that's me. No, really, that's me. It doesn't work like that. It should be your photo. Remember the people
all the way around. This is terrible.
Yeah, this is it. Remember the people that used to have like an older brother or sister, and they would like carry their ID and be like, "Oh, this gets me."
Well,
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
because you look like you're. Yeah. If nothing else, I hope there's a bunch of older brothers and sisters getting pinched.
Right.
In the Bryn Mawr area.
Which looks like a very diverse school, by the way. I actually went on the college website. So that's a good thing.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. This
is, if nothing else, this is the reason for a house party. What is it? 8? House party reboot?
At Bryn Mawr? I don't think so. I don't think so. What I will, final note on this though, by the way, the reason why I ultimately didn't see the point in fake IDs is because, like, ultimately, if 5 of us went, like 3 of us weren't going to get in. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then what were we going to do?
Right.
We were just going to chill wherever we were when we could literally go to a house party and drink. That's the other thing. So, yeah, there's no point in that. Anyway.
Yeah, I just never had it. Yeah, wasn't there.
Never been my thing. This also wasn't my thing, but this is freaking hilarious. I'm sorry, but this might be one of the funniest things we've ever talked about on this show. And I feel like we're not going to get a lot out of it because it's actually so straightforward crazy. But I kind of feel like this was this dude's way out. All right.
Okay.
All right. A Texas man robbed a bank the day before his wedding to pay for the wedding ring. To pay for the wedding and the ring.
The one thing that I think is the most interesting thing right now, and I just noticed it. What was the source?
Vibe. Vibe is the source.
Is this guy a 90s R&B?
He's not a 90s R&B. It's
okay.
Like Teddy Riley's little brother. This man's name is Heath Bumpass.
Of course it is.
Of course it is, right? A Texas man has been charged with aggravated robbery for robbing a bank the day before his wedding to pay for the ring and venue. Weddings are expensive as hell, and this man had a plan. And the venue needs a payoff before the ceremony. That's the thing. For those of you guys who don't know, the venue got it. The venue's not you not doing nothing. You ain't nobody finna walk down nothing until that joint paid off. And that last payment, a couple payments must have been missed. He must have told his lady that he had it all under control, and came down to the wire, and my man hit a bank for it.
Wow. First of all, I want to know the history of the venue policy. Wait, are you saying that you have to pay in full or a deposit?
My understanding is that before now, correct me if I'm wrong in your situation, but to my understanding, the venue payment has to be complete before the wedding ceremony. I'm wrong about that?
Wow, that's I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was a deposit, but the thing that tickles me about that is that there's a history to that where maybe they were doing a deposit in advance, but they got burned too many times because when those two people looked at each other, they said, no, I'm good. And split.
It just bounced. Oh my God. Hey, real quick. Guess how he got caught though?
I don't think I could. How did he get caught?
After learning of the robbery, the police department, Trinity County Sheriff's Facebook page, they posted the photo on their Facebook page. So Trinity County Sheriff's Department posted his photo on the Facebook page in hopes that the public would assist with his capture. In an ironic turn of events, Bumpass's fiance saw the photo, called him, and convinced him to turn himself in. This sounds like two people that did not want to marry each other at all.
Exactly. That's the thing. I picture him walking into that bank thinking, this is a win-win.
Hey, dude, there are way easier ways than this, man.
Listen, Heath, this is a win-win, bro.
So much more.
He looked at himself in that rearview mirror. He was in the car outside. He said, no matter what happens here, Heath, you are somebody.
He was like, all right, let me go take this L. And just got out and took that L. That is horrible.
He walked into that bank with a tire iron in hand and no mask.
And
took that L.
Fam did the ask for the money robbery, which I have to believe never works. That can't really work. The note robbery.
You are not Robert Redford. If you are not Robert Redford, this is not going to work.
Oh man, there's so many easier ways to break up. But then she wanted to break up because she was like, turn yourself in. And he was like, should I? She's like, yeah.
If you don't.
Wedding canceled. Let me do these shout outs, Kev, real quick before we roll out of here.
Yep.
I want to shout out Coco Gauff for becoming the youngest tennis player to win a WTA title in 15 years. She's 15 years old, right?
Coco.
Good job, Coco. Simone Biles becomes the most decorated gymnast in world championship history. Do it, girl.
Yep.
And since I kind of felt bad about Florida, man. So since we always shout out a negative Florida story about a negative Florida man, shout out to Andrew Levy, a Florida man who paid off school lunch debt for an entire town, quoting, "Children shouldn't learn hungry."
That's what's up.
That was fresh. You've been listening to Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Trek Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
Yep. You know what I realized, by the way?
What's that?
I've been doing yep for the last few.
Get your Teddy Riley on, I guess.
That's the Teddy Riley. When you said it, I was like, that's yeah.
Taking full 92% of people's publishing, and
new Jack. That's the new Jack. The old Jack was 91%.
The new Jack was 99.9. God, dog. Man, I know their name used to be like Fellas, but he took so much of the publishing, it was just God. It's a horrible joke. But check us out, man. RapSucksRadio.com, please. Or whatever streaming platform, Stitcher or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts or whatever. Check us out, man. We on pretty much all of them except for Pandora. And also RSR Podcast on Facebook. You can check out the stories. We always post every story we discuss, so you can fact check us. And also check us out on Rap Sucks Radio or at Rap Sucks Radio on Twitter. We don't too much post on our I'm sorry, that's why I said Twitter. We don't too much post on our Twitter, so check us out at Rapsux Radio on Instagram. That's where you get, clips and etc. And it's actually really fun and entertaining to scroll through the clips. It has been for me, so I'm sure it will be for you.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. Trek Life, Kev Sakota. We out of here like last year, and on the count of 3, we say peace. 1, 2, 3. Peace.
Peace.